Some conversations feel more manageable than others. And for those that feel especially tricky, we may be prone to avoiding them altogether. Why? Well, you might think that by avoiding a conversation, you can prevent hurt feelings, yours or theirs. Or you may tell yourself that you just don't have enough information to have the talk yet. Perhaps you're not sure how they'll react, or you can predict exactly how they'll react and you don't want any part of that. Here are some common mindsets that keep us quiet. I should just keep this to myself. Asking for what I need will be an uncomfortable conversation. I should put the team's needs ahead of my own. I don't have the time to advocate for what I want. I will be seen as pushy. Any of those sound familiar? And yes, there are times where the situation may resolve itself, or your concern isn't critical to the relationship or the work product, or the time to address it has really, truly passed. But far too often, we make up excuses for why we should delay or skip a conversation. And then we may minimize the problem, pretend we don't see the problem, hope that somebody else will address the problem, talk to everyone else about the problem other than the person we're having the problem with, or just pray it goes away. When that happens, we need some new mindsets and some new language to help us step into a potentially uncomfortable conversation with the goal of achieving an outcome and tending to the relationship. Download the handout attached to this video to follow along. Here are some new mindsets to try. My needs are valid as anyone else's. If I don't start the conversation, who will? I'm curious about what could happen if I asked for what I needed. The most successful professionals model self-awareness, and that's what I'm doing. Telling the truth is a brilliant way to create healthy relationships. Which of these would you be willing to try? And what impact do you hope it will have? Now, let's look at some language you can use to approach something or someone who feels unapproachable to you. I'd like to talk about something that feels important to me. When would be a good time for a conversation? I need blank to feel engaged, respected, safe at work, and I have some ideas of what we could do differently. I am happy in my role, and I recognize that there's something else I need to feel even happier. I notice I or we have a pattern. Here's what I see. What do you think? I've been avoiding talking to you until now because I'm not always sure the best time or way to approach you. I realized that I should have brought this up sooner. Not every conversation needs to happen, but there are plenty you could be having instead of avoiding. And these tips will help you have more of them more smoothly.